And to maintain that feeling of polishing yourself, and with that polished condition, enter into the practice of doing techniques.
なぜかと言ったら、太鼓先生は、合気道は、相手を作り、敵を作って敵を勝ち負けするんじゃないということを一番最初に教えてくれたんですね。
At the very beginning, O Sensei said, don't create enemies. Don't acknowledge somebody as your enemy. Don't practice win and lose.
すごく自分も今までわからなかったというかね、とにかく強くなりたい。合気道というのは武道でやったらすごく強くなりたいと思って入ってきたところが仲良くすることで終わりだ。相手からはそうじゃないと言われたら、すごく理解するのに苦しんでいるかね、分かってくるのは今初めて分かりだしたというような感じですね。
I'm sure, like many others, I entered Aikido with the intention to become strong. The martial art, I want to become stronger. And right now, I'm starting to realize the importance of what I was told.
昨日は両手とそれから始めたね。でこうしてもで今までやった時には一人で神様相手に深呼吸自然な呼吸を練習してきた。その呼吸を武道の中に表してるからね。
We just practiced the exercise Shinkoku, or the divine breath, the breath of heaven. And we did that in front of the altar, in front of the deities. And he wants you to maintain that breath, that feeling that you could reach in the exercise, maintain that feeling as you go into the practice and throughout the end of the practice, with that breath.
自分が79年間この中で生かしてもらったその生きる気持ち、心を武道に表していくっていうかね、その技に表していくのがaikidoだと思うんです。だから今日は正面向かい合って正面の一挙をやる。それを生きる気持ちをしっかりこれの中に表して。
I've been on this earth
勝ち
for
負けじゃなしに
years
お
now,
互いに生きる気持ちをしっかり表す。
and I really believe it's expressing my life
呼吸や
by
ね。
giving energy that I've
いかに
during this years into the
相
techniques,
手に勝つんじゃなくてね、相手と呼吸を一つに合わせるっていうと、
becoming one with nature, becoming one with the practice.
よいしょ。あばーみたいな感じのことはね、武道やったらそういう感じなんだけども、合気道やから合わすことで、それを武道に生かしてる。
So, because it is a Budo, a martial way, that sometimes it can be an expression that's very rough. But because it's Aikido, the focus is on blending and compassion. And then that can take on many facets. But it always maintains that aspect of it, not an expression of hate.
ちょっとやるじゃなくて、生き方、呼吸を合わせる。それを考える。お互いにしっかり吐く息、吸う息、その呼吸を一生の技の中にいかに自分の呼吸をこれまでの経験を表せるかね、経験で。
So with each breath, each inhalation, with each exhalation, an expression of your life, an expression of that feeling that you felt in front of the altar. Don't forget that as in the heat of the moment during the techniques and carry that. Please try this technique.
その前に自分のやってるのはまだずっと下のことをやってるんやからお先生のようにずっと上に上がるまでしっかり頑張っていってください。
So for us down at the very low level here. Anno Sensei was way in here doing this. So let's work on the basic, work on just incorporating that breath, and then that should be the focus right now at this time. Hey. This time try entering without grabbing the breath. Grab it. Enter deep. And drawing 2 times. Enter. It's difficult to enter deep, but go slowly and do each breath. It's difficult to just do that. Practice slowly. Get in this deep. Entering deeply is the practice. Not the feeling of throwing the partner, but entering and meeting. Sorry to hurt your knees. So, blending. Just working on blending. Entering straight. There's a tendency to do it like this. But entering straight. So if you've been practicing sword, it makes it easier to just go straight in. You can do it. But that one is actually closer to the correct form. Go and enter in straight, not around like that. So before entering into the practice, working on sword work. Entering straight in. There's a tendency to go around like this. And then you have to get off the line, step around. In true martial arts, you have to be there. Grab, pull down, enter in. There's this way too. But just working on blending in here, blending the direction, and working on that timing. Not throwing, but spinning, rotating. And be aware that there are many people here this morning. So we'll just work on this half. This half first. And then for white belts, please do. This side, that side, watch. Everyone's doing very well. Then for somebody in my years, spot a few things.
最初は上手に理解を、
The beginning, people
最
are
初は
doing very
上
well.
手に理解をね、それからが崩れる
And
ね。
then there's a tendency for people to come in like this and forget their posture.
練習の中で、気持ちがいろいろ最初にやるときに変わったね、ここ変わったね、ここ行ったときに、下からずーっと相手の気持ち、ここからずーっと上がってくる気持ちを掴んだらいいんですよね。それがもうシーンなんとなってすぐに行くこともない。
There's a tendency for people to try to rush
これ
in
が来たときが、はい、そうしてくれない。
and then to beat it out. Don't lose your posture, keep the posture.
それがもう一瞬シュッとし
And
て
then
しまうから。
focus on posture like this,
あ
you
な
lose
た
it.
稽古することによ
This
って、もうそれができない。
depending on how you practice, you can develop this and make it
はい、すいません、
better.
よくここは横るだけでいいですよ。で、下から取って、腰を回して、だからずっと
ずっとまだ入ってる。はい、どうや。ね。ゆっくりと。今ね。こうだね。ガムガム。みんなこう、ね、やる人の姿を見て、そしていいところを吸収していくようにしたらいいと思うね。
I think you should just look at other people's practice and find the good in that practice, and then try to develop that from anybody. Find, look for the good in it.
どうしても自分がやったことをそのまま真似したら絶対あかんね。
And you can't just copy everything that you've done before. Do the same thing.
だから大切なのは2つの目でしっかり見てください。
So look with both eyes carefully.
2つの耳でしっかり聞いて、
Listen carefully with both ears.
そしてよく確かめてください。
And then please check how this fits in with what you've learned until now.
自分が何十年前に聞いたことが今になったら全然考え方、受け取り方が違ってたりとか分かってくるね。
The same words that I heard 20, 30 years ago, our students are taking on a new meaning. I see them from a new angle now.
なんで技をたくさん覚えたい。大切だと思います。
And I want to learn many, many techniques. That's also important.
だけども、基本になることをしっかり 身につけていかなんからいつまでたってもダメやと思うね。
But maintaining and developing the basics is something that you really have to internalize to make your own, to learn on a deep level in your body.
だからより正しく
To more correct, become more correct and closer to
昨
the
日も
true spirit.
言ったいい話だと思うんですけど、正しきに勝つ、正しいことを
And as you mentioned yesterday, to absorb the right way, the sincere way that has the spirit of Aikido.
それを自分のものにする、我に勝つ。
And win over the part of you that is lazy and wants to just sleep in. Win over that and make that part of your being.
それが早いとか遅いとか言うんじゃない。もっともっと素晴らしいものが分かってくると思います。
And it goes beyond, oh, I'm faster or he's slower than I am. It goes beyond that into something that is truly beautiful that can be developed.
なんで一つの技もまっすぐ言ったこと、まっすぐ言ったらこうじゃないと思うんでね。こんなところに来たら
So when it's so edge straight, it's not like this. It's
こんなところから振り上げるんじゃない。
not like that.
まっすぐ振り上げる。
But keep your maintaining posture.
今度反対にここかもしれない。
We're going to go the other way. Step back.
どうしてもこうなって
This tendency to come down right there.
こうなって
Posture.
から自分はそういうふうになってこれこうまっすぐしたい。
So
でまっすぐ入って自分の見せていきたい。
enter and keep
どうしてもそれでも入ったらここへ来てこうして投げてこうして投げる。
And then when you want to, when you start focusing on throwing,
だ
that's
から
what
い
you
い
usually
姿勢を自分で作るようにしたい。内側へ変えます。こちらへこうかこうかこちらへよし
like this.
一緒にここへ並びます。
The
こうなっちゃう
direction
は
are
い。
this.
そしてここへ入っていく。
And then you enter, extend.
それをこちらから下から伸ばしてここへ持っていってここへ入れる。
You can grab from the bottom as
よ
well.
いしょ下から持ってよいしょよいしょゆっくりゆっくりとね内側へ変わります。ここでもここまで変わったらいい
Make it big.
一緒に変わりました。よしどうしても
Together.
こうしてるうちにこうなってくるやん。
And this is
いい
that.
いい姿がったらいい。いいやら
Become one. Harmonize, blend.
よ
The
しどうしてもここに半分は投げようという気持ちが働いているから、その気持ちを取ってしまって、いい姿勢で進んでいくに乗っていこう。
notice when you lose your posture and work on not losing it.
そこにご先生になられる相手を作って相手と勝つわけに結構ではないだろう。
It's not a
相手と
art
一緒な
of making an
一
enemy
緒な
or recognizing an enemy.
いう気持ちを使いたいという自分の考え。
So this is what I want to get real to understand deeply. Okay.
これ半分
And this half, please get up and practice.
内側へ変わる。
Working on
はい、お願いします。
相手のそうがそうです。はい。っていうのをちょっとはい。これをこうスッとやったらこのままこれでしょ。でこのまま歩いていったら飛んでいきます。
今年 は大先生に教えられた何回も言うんですけど、一番最初に言われた神殿美を、勉強の目標テーマにして頑張っているわけでね。
難しい。ちょっと待って、訳をかけます。So, this year I've been working on the very first thing that O Sensei said to me, and Shin Zen Bi, and Shin is Makoto. Makoto is very. You're and I have been talking about the translations, the variations, but in a word, it's sincerity, or it could also be like the innocence of a child, and sincere and straight with no, and having that spirit. Zen is the Zen of meditation, and it initially means good, all goodness, with good intent and so on. Bi is beauty, and the beauty that results from this kind of state. It happens naturally. And reaching Shin Zen Bi. And this is something that he's made as his theme for this year.
もう皆さん、技はね、素晴らしい技は、もうその人の素晴らしい技は、写真なり、本になって、こう、世界に広がっているから、十分理解できると思いますけども、ここへ来て、先生が話されたことを、聞いたことをね、自分が伝えるのが、今の僕の役目かなと思うんです。
There are many books in the world of great teachers with pictures and how to do the techniques and explanations and photos and movies, DVDs and so on. But I feel that Kumano-juku, this dojo's role is to pass on the message of O Sensei as accurately as we can. Not the techniques, but the deeper aspects.
先生はいつもここへ神様をお祭りして、神様をお祈りして。
And then O Sensei would often come to this dojo, and he would always be in front of the altar and praying to the altar. It was his second nature to just go to the shrine and pray and become a little closer to the deity and become divine.
そして合気道は神の姿へ、神の心へということを最初に教えたんですね。
And so O Sensei told him that Aikido is the manifestation of the deities and the workings, the great workings of nature, that they become visible. The things that we cannot see or touch become visible in the form of Aikido, and have the spirit and the heart of the divine.
合気道は神の姿、神の心だとすごく理解できなんだし、武道と合気道の理解するのがすごく難しかったけれども。
And when I was young, it was very difficult for me to. What does this mean? The manifestation of the deities of nature and the spirit of nature and the divine. I had very much difficulty understanding what that meant.
要は自分は神というものを大自然、宇宙大自然を神と言われたんじゃないかなと。
So the deities, I've already included it in my translation as an explanation, but when he said deities or the gods, he was referring to the workings of nature.
そんな大きな気持ちにはなれないけども、小さな一つの植物に例えた。
And for example, if you can't grasp the whole workings, it's so massive, so big, it's hard to grasp. But even to look at one part of it, just one single plant, you really look at it.
長い間に大自然の力をいただいて成長してきて、パッとこう綺麗な花が咲く。それを想像しながら。
And so we all see it around us. That see a small seed that receives the gifts of nature in the form of nutrients and sprouts, becomes bigger, and eventually becomes a beautiful flower. And to hold that image in your mind.
大自然の中で大きく照明できたらパッと自分がその中できれいな花を探していきたい。
So feel the intent as the person enters and as you enter, the intent to bloom like that flower, to help his flower bloom as well.
どうしても相手と争うことばっかり考えてずっと決意じゃなくて
The tendency, but to avoid is to enter into conflict and competition.
きれいな花を探していきたい。
Yeah, I want a beautiful flower to bloom.
いやきれいな花を探せたらな。
And with that intent,
よいしょあうそよいしょことなくそこと書いてみたいね。よいしょよいしょ今のはきれいになかった相手と一つになってないな。
but as much as I can talk, I still feel I haven't really connected with him. Blending can be much better than
よいし
this.
ょそういう気持ちを養うために技の稽古をしている。
But for that feeling, the intent for to
稽
have
古
a
から
flower
磨
bloom,
いてないとどうしても争う心
for
があ
that
って。
intent we enter into the practice and work harder to reach that. But, and to get rid of, to stop the feeling of competition, get rid of that and replace it with the intent for a flower to
そ
bloom.
の心を休むのに大切なのが呼吸法やと思う。
And for
で
that, the most important is